Jim Simpson, Paul Warfield, Kingdome. It's set out. And they're waiting the kickoff from her friend Herrera for the second half. There's Herrera, Keith Wright, Larry Collins deep. It's 23-10 Seattle, and Cleveland will get the football. Seattle scored the first 23 points of the first half, Cleveland the last 10. Here's Larry Collins, a good head of steam up across the 30-yard line. Collins still on his feet and out to midfield. And the Browns, who had all of that steam up, bring the ball out to midfield only to look behind and see a flag thrown back at the 21-yard line.
But before the flag was thrown, Larry Collins gathered in the ball on about the 4-yard line. He starts up following the wedge, starts to go to the outside to the right, gets a couple of good blocks. He's a 9.5 sprinter, and you don't want to let this guy get into the broken field because he can go all the way. Following his blocking nicely before being brought down at the 50.
The referee will tell us what happened. The teams are actually walking off the field. A clip called, and so that'll move them back. Excellent field position all the way out to the 50-yard line. And of course they step off the clip from the spot of the infraction, which is at the 21-yard line, and that's going to be a difference of about 40 yards. That is going to be a big difference because the Browns, as we said, scored the last 10 points of the first half. What they would like to do is to get something going, and this is not the way to get it started.
We had the receiving team offsides. We had a personal foul and a clip on the run back. We enforced the clip half the distance, first down.
Now the ball is at the 11 instead of at the 50. A 39-yard difference. Ryan Sipe will try to get things going. You can see Reggie Rucker there, one of the wide receivers. Backfield, Greg Pruitt and Cleo Miller. Mike Pruitt started but has not played much since the first quarter. Rucker in motion. Greg Pruitt, oh my. Look at number 62, Ernie Price. #1 draft choice of Detroit 6 years ago and played like it on that play. Rode right down the line of scrimmage and got Pruitt and knocked him down after about a yard gain. I beg your pardon, Cleo Miller. Got a second down and about 8.5.
Second and 8 at the 13.
Rucker wide to the right, Logan to the left. And Sipe and company trying to get him out of trouble, and Seattle trying to keep him in trouble. First man through is Cleo Miller. He's going to get the first down. Miller brings him off the hook. Keith Simpson makes the tackle, playing over there for Dave Brown, but it's a first down at the 26-yard line. They're not out to where Larry Collins returned the football, Paul, but at least they've got some running room now.
Here's a look at the first half statistics. And it looks like it's all Seattle. 290 yards total rushing and passing. Turnovers, they're about the same. Passing, those are big differences. Zorn is 12 out of 17.
First down, 26-yard line. Sipe to throw to Keith Wright. Wright steps back inside of Ernie Price and gets a couple of edges and then does a very dangerous thing. He puts the ball ahead while still falling down. Someone could have fallen on that ball, Paul, and taken Wright away from him. But they didn't, and Wright gets across the 30-yard line. A pickup of 5, second down and 5, and here he comes out. Sipe, we told you that Greg Pruitt and Cleo Miller in the backfield. Dave Logan, Reggie Rucker, the wide receivers, Newsom, the tight end, Deacon and Darrow, the tackles, Shepard and Jackson, the guards, and DeLeon as its center. Second down, 5, lost the football. Belongs to Seattle. Big play. Looked like Bill Gregory came up with the football on the exchange. Number 77.
Brian Sipe fumbles the snap from center, and Doug Deacon, number 73, goes over Sipe as he is trying to pick up the ball, and it's recovered by Seattle. Big break for the Seahawks, and they have charge of the football.
Zorn at quarterback, of course. Dave Sims, 35. Sherman Smith, 47. The running backs, Largent, 80. McCullum, 84. Sawyer, 81, the tight end. Got great field position. Straight ahead, Sims gets inside the 25-yard line. Dave Sims was guilty of a big fumble back in the first half. Ball is at the 24-yard line. A gain of 4, second down and 6. Well, Cleveland had a lot going for it. Got the ball out to the 50. There was a clip. Picked up a first down. Then they lost the football on first down on the exchange of the ball from center to quarterback. And Deacon got oversight so he couldn't recover his own fumble. And look at this. They get away from Sherman Smith, and then they cut him down at the line of scrimmage. In the backfield very quickly was Mike St. Clair, and they got away from St. Clair. Now it's 3rd and long.
From the I formation, Sherman Smith on this delay handoff. That's number 72, Jerry Shirk, the all-pro defensive tackle. He's the guy that caused the problems. Smith spins away from him, but there's a host of Browns tacklers headed by 52, Dick Anderson, waiting for a very short gain, if any.
They'll make it Shirk instead of St. Clair that forced the play. 3rd down now and 7 to go. 3rd and 7. 3 wide receivers. Sims in motion. Zorn sprinting out, has all the time in the world, drills the ball in front of the intended receiver across the way. That's McCullum. Ball bounced in front of him, and this may be a chance for a friend Herrera to come on. Remember, with 3 seconds to go last week, he kicked a 46-yarder, and Zorn applauds as Herrera comes on. Also remember, from the field goal situation, Seattle has been known to do almost anything. And you see who is going to hold the ball for this 41-yard attempt. Herrera's 4 for 8. Whoops, hold it. Now, of course, everybody is pointing, including number 71, Jesse Turnbull, saying they did something. And Seattle is saying, you did something. And the Browns have yet made another mistake.
Browns defenders getting a little bit itchy right there. And there's contact that is made by Mickey Sims, number 78.
Well, I tell you, Herrera's going off. It's going to be 4th and short, and they're going to go for it. Apparently, Zorn is still in the backfield, but Largent has come on. Smith comes in. So it's going to be 4th down and about 1.5 feet, and that mistake may give Seattle a first down inside the 20.
The thing that you like about this Seattle team is that they will go for it on 4th down. They don't do the conventional all the time.
Well, that cost Oakland last week on 4th and 1 at the 21 when they were stopped. Now let's see what happens here. Sims has got the first down. It will score! Touchdown! What a change around. A return to the 50-yard line. No good.
Jim Zorn, handoff to Dave Sims. He's trying to find a spot where he can go down the line of scrimmage. He finds daylight, out sprints Ron Bolton and Oliver Davis to the goal. What was apparently going to be a field goal try, a penalty occurred, and now a touchdown for Seattle.
His 2nd touchdown of the day, his 13th of the year for David Sims. And now Herrera's in to add the extra point. There is still a lot of time left, but the fact remains, it is now 30-10. When on the opening kickoff at 23-10, Cleveland had the ball at the 50-yard line and were called for a penalty.
This is one of the most advanced motor cars ever built, and it's equipped with one of the most advanced car stereos ever built. It's by Craig. Who else? A power play cassette system, AM/FM road-rated receiver with digital station readout that becomes an electronic digital clock when the radio is off. And it's designed to fit virtually anything you can drive. The DeLorean sports car is not available yet, but the Craig stereo is. Just see your Craig dealer. Who else?
Wow!
Sit down, Krebs.
Sorry, Teach. I didn't know the gum was loaded.
You didn't know Freshen Up was loaded with flavor.
The gum was loaded. So who expected all this taste? He didn't know.
Didn't know.
The gum was loaded. Hey, what ordinary gum, this ain't.
Didn't you know Freshen Up loads delicious gum with refreshing liquid flavor boosters?
Now I do.
Freshen Up.
It's loaded
with flavor.
We have nothing in common, you know.
We have enough.
Cindy Williams stars in Ross Hunter's Suddenly Love, a bittersweet drama, Monday on NBC.
One of the most oft-asked questions is, Coach, what was the turning point of the ball game? What do you think a turning point of the ball game is this? 4th down, going for a field goal, went offside, and then all of a sudden, it's 30-10.
You know, Jim Zorn hands the ball to David Sims. Look at him as he sort of stutters right here. Tom Darden, number 27, has a shot of him, but he can't quite get a hold of him. Then he just sprints to the goal line. David Sims, a little bit earlier in the second quarter, had a fumble that perhaps allowed Cleveland to get back into the ball game, but he makes up for it right there.
Now Cleveland thwarted by penalties all along throughout the game, especially in this second half. They'll try to get themselves on track. Keith Wright, outstanding kick returner, 20-yard line. 25-yard line, and down he goes. Hit hard by Keith Butler. Hey, buddy, you're not supposed to do that to me. We were teammates last year at Memphis State. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
You're watching the Seahawks on KING-TV, Seattle.
These are old buddies meeting on the field of play.
This is how an old buddy welcomes an old buddy after he hasn't seen him in about a year. Boom. Oh, boy, that's a big hit right there.
I'm Jim Simpson with Paul Warfield. It's first down from the 27-yard line, and it is 30-10. Here's Greg Pruitt. Pruitt saving tackle made by Ernie Price, number 62. You will see getting up there Terry Beeson, but Price, 62, just there getting up, is the man who made the saving tackle after a 7-yard pickup by Pruitt, who by our figures now is over 100 yards. New England and Dallas 10 all, third quarter. New England did have the lead at 10-3, but the Cowboys, they seldom lose down in Texas Stadium in Irvine, Texas, and they come back to tie. Big game, both teams. Especially since for Dallas, Miami beat Washington, Philadelphia's beaten by Minnesota in the Eastern Division. Greg Pruitt again. Boy, met head up, and it's going to be 3rd and short. Did not get it. Terry Beeson is there. Ernie Price is there again as they unravel. John Harris is there. And it's Brian Sipe, who may be calling on yet another tight end. That's what he's doing. Gary Parrish is coming on. Calvin Hill is coming on the short yardage situation. 25 minutes to go. If they don't make it here, you know they're going to kick the ball away, but it's getting down to the point of no return, and they're still missing a person. They're missing Mike Pruitt, who failed to come in for Greg Pruitt. They've got 13 seconds left on the clock to get this play away. Now 10 as they come to the line of scrimmage. 5 to get it away. 3 to get it away. Gets it away. Calvin Hill, first down. Calvin Hill, they love him in Cleveland. He has come up with some clutch plays, and the Browns' way to the 7-6 season.
Calvin Hill, we haven't seen very much of him today, but here he takes this straight handoff from Pruitt, from sight, following Mike Pruitt, that is. He's hit by number 58, Terry Beeson, but Beeson can't hold a man that's as big as Calvin Hill from making that extra tough yardage.
Logan to the right. Rucker goes left. Ball at the 40-yard line. First down. Mike Pruitt is in the backfield now with Greg Pruitt. He has not played too much since the first quarter. Sipe throwing on first down. He's got to. Going deep down the sideline. His man is there. What a almost catch. Ball is in the air. They call it incomplete. That's Rucker. Oh, my. Rucker has been absolutely clear on one occasion. Caught the ball, fumbled it away. This time, beautiful coverage, but he almost made a big catch.
Reggie Rucker running a straight down the side. He makes a move to the inside. The cornerback bites on it. He gets beyond him on the outside. Now he has to stretch for this ball. Can't quite pull it in. You'll see right there. Can't quite pull it in before it touches the ground. Loses control of it. Almost a great catch.
Second down and 10. Whoever loses today, see you later for 78 and the playoffs. And right now it is the Seattle Seahawks are alive and well and up by 20 points. Calvin Hill is back in, set up as a slot, then went back as a tailback. Set it up on this side to Ozzie Newsome on a tight end screen. Newsome Gets across the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 to go. And Ernie Price is there again. 3 times in the last 5 plays from scrimmage. Ernie Price has been a big man on the play. Clock continues to run, and the Browns need some scores in a hurry to get back in this game, even though we're just midway in the 3rd quarter. Because Seattle, when they get the football, move it. They sold 64,782. Some folks decided to stay home. In the house, 62,262. They are sold out in the Kingdom. Keith Wright is in and wide left. Rucker to the right on 3rd down and nearly 5. Everybody knows what's going to happen. Apparently, Calvin Hill is in. Sipe will go back to throw, and now he does not like what he sees, and so he says timeout. Took a look up. 8 men around the line of scrimmage. Walks over to talk to his coach. 7:52 to go. Big, crucial moment for the Browns. 3rd down and 5 at their own 45.
From the Cape to the Gulf, they know how to cook up a good time.
Beer makes it good. There's no debate. A gumbo eating contest over here. Beer makes it good. I'm telling you. Schlitz makes it great.
11 million times a day, America reaches for a Schlitz.
Since 1849. There's no debate. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer. Schlitz makes it great.
1923, the first non-stop coast-to-coast flight made with Pennzoil. 1934, a new transcontinental speed record made with Pennzoil. Pennzoil goes the distance. Through the years, people have come to know and trust the quality in this bright yellow can. And today, Pennzoil still stands the test of quality. It's all there in the bright yellow can. Pennzoil, always worth asking for.
The upset-minded Baltimore Colts take on Terry Bradshaw and the playoff-bound Pittsburgh Steelers right after NFL 78. Saturday starting at 12:30 Eastern Time on NBC.
That's one reason why the Seahawks are up by 20. One reason. 9 times they've had a 3rd down chance to convert, and 5 times they've made it, and the Browns are only 1 for 5. Here the 3rd down and almost 5 yards to go. Sipe has talked to the coaching staff. He is back, and a big play for the Browns to keep something going and keep the ball away from that potent Seattle offense. Mike Pruitt, Calvin Hill, a setback. Reggie Rucker in motion. Sipe gets the ball away, has his man, and Pruitt dropped the ball. Mike Pruitt had a 1st down, dropped the football to kick it away. In a lot of traffic, couldn't hold on to it. Butler was there, Cronin was there. The linebackers Seattle uses in the 34 defense. On the Rose Bowl, USC, which is now 11-1. They defeated Hawaii last night. That's a good trip for the Trojans. Against Michigan, 10-1, and the Big Ten winners. The Pac-10, the Big Ten. We always say this, but it's true. The granddaddy of them all on NBC, Monday afternoon, January 1st. Big game. Michigan trying to get some glory back for the Big Ten, Paul. Your old conference has not done too well in the Rose Bowl in recent years.
Yeah, they certainly haven't. Maybe this year will be the year for the Wolverines and Bo Schembechler.
Johnny Evans kicking the ball away, and another good punt. Driving Rufus Crawford back inside the 10, and he's not going to go far, and there's the man. Keith Wright, number 89. Flag is down at the 35-yard line. A matter of fact, on the near 35, on the far 35. And Keith Wright, after that big hit, is going to take a blow here while we take a look at the officials to see what it is that's coming up. The ball is either going to be marked at the 11, or did the Browns commit some other kind of foul that's going to allow the Seattle Seahawks to get out of trouble. Evans, who didn't kick well at all last week, you can see the indication apparently is against Seattle, has had a 57-yard punt today and a 49-yard punt today. And Sam Rutigliano was thinking of letting Cockcroft do some punting today because Johnny Evans has been under some pressure, but he's punted very well.
Well, he's been in a slump for the last couple of ball games, but he certainly has responded today with some excellent kicking for good distance, as you said, with the punt for over 50 yards and then the last punt of 49 yards. And so he's responded to the challenge very well.
Ball is on the 11-yard line, and now they'll tell us what it was that happened around the 35-yard line. And the Browns are coming back. Reggie Rucker's coming back on the field. Ozzie Newsome is coming back on the field. Don't tell me it's a first down. They've given no signal whatsoever. And the fans are on the officials because they haven't said a word. And now Frank Sinkovitz, the umpire, grabs the ball and puts it under his arm, and they're having a conversation on the field. They're trying to figure it out, and the man they're quizzing is number 90, Gil Mace, the head linesman. Now it's 4th down and almost 5. Did they jump offside? Although the flags were thrown way back at the 35-yard line. Notice Paul Warfield is not saying a thing.
Well, Paul Warfield is just as much in the dark until I saw Reggie Rucker wave his hand, so the Browns apparently have the football. And apparently it was a personal foul or a penalty of that nature to give them a first down.
Well, let's see what it is. They're going to mark it off from the 36. They just mark it 5 yards, which is enough for the first down. And now we will understand what is going on. We hope.
We have an illegal cut at the line of scrimmage on number 56. It's a 5-yard penalty, a first down. There was a trip on the play, but it was declined.
All right, there were 2 penalties. The illegal cut by Sammy Green gave them enough for the first down. And then the clip on the play was disallowed because by taking the 5 yards on the first down, well, you know why. They get the ball at the 49-yard line and keep it alive. 7:38 to go. One of the breaks the Browns have gotten when the yellow flags have been thrown. Don't get me wrong, Seattle's been outstanding, but the Browns have been beating themselves with silly mistakes, correctable mistakes. And this time, it was something Seattle did that gave the Browns a chance to keep going. Sipe comes out throwing. He's got Calvin Hill to one side, but it's going for Ozzie Newsome and will throw it out of bounds. Absolutely had Calvin Hill to the far side, free of Keith Butler, who was nowhere around him, but he must have been thinking Ozzie Newsome all the way. Well, a rematch of a great game. Heisman Trophy winner Billy Sims fumbled at about the 3-yard line, and that's the only loss Oklahoma had. Nebraska will now meet Oklahoma in a rematch in the Orange Bowl right after that Rose Bowl Monday night here on NBC. 2nd down and 10 to go. Calvin Hill, who had been in run-up pattern, came back in and now runs out because there's not time enough for him to get in and get the play as there's 15 seconds and counting. Well, Greg and Mike Pruitt are the setbacks. Greg Pruitt dragged down. That is number 68, and that is Boyd making the stop. And it'll be 3rd down and 8.
Sipe looked like he audibled at the line of scrimmage and changed the play. Perhaps he saw something as he approached the center, but apparently Seattle was not fooled as he tried Pruitt on a quick trap up the middle.
Calvin Hill brings in the play after starting in no less than 3 times and being called back no less than 3 times. Finally has the play they want to keep this moving. Big thing for Seattle is that all of this that is going on, they don't have the football, but the time is running down. And time favors Seattle with a 20-point lead. Whoops. Now did the center move? Apparently did. Someone moved on that offensive line. Instead of 3rd and 8, it's 3rd and 13.
Looked like George Beeler, number 62, the right guard, who was the man who was at fault on that particular infraction.
Illegal procedure, false start, number 62, 3rd down.
Number 62 is George Beeler. Well, there are times when you can get on what they call the zebras, the officials, for calling you for holding when you didn't think you were holding. But Cleveland has brought much of this on themselves. 4th down, forced to go for a field goal. They charged off sides, gave them a first down. They went for the first down, rather. Converted it into a touchdown. 3rd and 8 there. Illegal procedure. Sipe going to try to get him back, and he does. Rucker at the 32-yard line. Rucker's had some bad luck. There's a flag, though, back down at the 41-yard line. Holding against the Browns.
Well, it's not the way you win a ball game. Players have to take it upon themselves to have the responsibility that they will not hold, they will not commit that infraction in a situation where you're going for a big play or you're going for a play to maintain possession of a first down. We've seen it happen time and time again to Cleveland this afternoon.
Well, we'll just wait for Don Wedge, and I'll make a comment.
Holding, offense, number 73, 3rd down.
That was Deacon.
Reggie Rucker came up with a big catch. He slips inside the cornerback right here, running into the zone pattern. Watch him as he maneuvers into the open area. He's a smart receiver, veteran receiver with a lot of experience, makes the catch, but all for naught.
All right, it is 3rd down and 23 to go. There's a pass for Newsome, who caught the football at the 45-yard line, shy of the first down. Now it is 4th down and about 5 to go, and let us see what Retigliano does here. He is sending on the kicking team with 6:20 to go, 3rd quarter.
Sipe throwing a flag pattern to Ozzie Newsome, who's running to the corner, but cornerback back there, safety, Autry Beeman, number 27, puts a good lick on Ozzie and hits him and shakes him up a little bit.
The call is for Rufus Crawford again. As you look at Johnny Evans, who's had a good day punting today. They've got 10 men on the line of scrimmage. They may be coming. Seattle does many things. And Evans, a quarterback, is going to throw, and he throws, and Keith Wright has it, 1st down. Evans, a quarterback out of North Carolina State, threw the ball 2 weeks ago against Baltimore on 4th and 12. He ran the football for 1st down. This time he throws, and Wright has made 2 big plays in the last 5 minutes.
Johnny Evans, a versatile player back there. He is the 13 quarterback. He's looking around. He's calm. Lobs the pass to Keith Wright, who's wide open. Keith Wright makes the big catch. Has the 1st down for Cleveland. The Browns still have possession of the football, and if they can get something out of this, they'll be right back in the ball game.
5:41 to go. New England now trails Dallas. They're up in front 10-3. Now they're down to the Cowboys 10-3 in Pittsburgh in a real tough battle. Earl Campbell's been hurt in that one. 6-3 Pittsburgh. 1st down, Sipe back in. Sipe looking, has a man. That's Pruitt. Touchdown. And Cleveland climbs back into the ball game. On a 4th down play, they picked up the 1st down with a punter throwing, and then on the 1st down, Sipe hits Pruitt, touchdown.
Brian Sipe, Greg Pruitt in the left corner. He goes out of your screen. No one picks up Pruitt. Sipe lofts the ball over the linebacker's head into Pruitt's arms. He's just got 1 man to beat, and when Pruitt is in the broken field, he's going to beat 1 man 9 out of 10 times, or even 10 out of 10 times.
Well, now you can't say the ball game is over by any stretch of the imagination. Big extra point coming up. Cockcroft coming on, because we've still got 5.5 minutes to go to 3rd quarter. And Cockcroft adds the extra point. What I was about to say some time ago, you hate to get beaten, you hate to get knocked out of the chance for a playoff, but you don't like to beat yourself. And Cleveland has been beating itself a lot lately until this moment.
You're about to see something remarkable. Inkjet printing from IBM, a word processing breakthrough. In slow motion, see how ink is guided electronically to form letters of typewritten quality at speeds no typewriter can touch. Type, margins, and spacing are changed automatically. Envelopes and paper are fed automatically. Inkjet printing, part of IBM Office System 6. Fantastic.
Here we have a 1979 Dodge Omni with front-wheel drive, handy hatchback at the start of another day. Watch. There's a whole family taking off. Well, here comes Mom back, changing her duds. Let's see, she's putting plants at the upstairs windows. Nice job, Mom. Hey, Dad's home. Whoops, he's off again with his little leaguers. Back home again. Hope they won.
The new Dodge Omni does it all.
That's my Dodge.
Jim Simpson, Paul Warfield, 3rd quarter. The Kingdom crowd is slightly stunned for the moment. Crawford 34, Hunter 24. They keep thinking they've got it wrapped up, and the Browns keep pecking back. But it is still the Seahawks who are in charge by 13 points, but with more than a quarter to go. And we expected a high-scoring game, and we already have one with more to come. Cockcroft kicking it off. The up man is Rufus Crawford at the 15-yard line. Very short kick. Gets hit by 1 man and is finally thrown back to the 20-yard line. But they're spotted at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for Seattle. Considering he got the ball at the 15, to have the ball spotted just over the 20, that's pretty good coverage. Well, Johnny Evans may have turned this game around.
Johnny Evans, he's the Browns quarterback. As I said, he's pretty calm back there. He looks around before he spots Keith Wright. Wright is wide open. He makes the catch. That was the big play in that drive to allow the Browns another shot at getting a score, and they took advantage of it.
Well, here come the Seahawks again, and Crowder capable of scoring right from here and spot the ball at the 22, not the 21. That's Sherman Smith in motion, and Zorn's going to throw on first down. Even though he's up by 13, puts it down there for Largent. Intercepted by Darden. His 9th interception of the year. Darden down inside the 40-yard line, where it's a first down for Cleveland. And just like that, Tom Darden has his 9th interception of the year, which ties him with Tommy James of Cleveland in 1950, but more importantly, gets the Browns solidly into the ball game.
Jim Zorn rolling out to his left and looking for Steve Largent. Largent runs an up-and-go pattern, but there's Tom Darden flowing over, playing the ball like a center fielder. He's a free safety, comes up with interception number 9, and gives the Browns great field position and an opportunity to go up 7 more points possibly.
Am I correct in saying that it was strictly double coverage that did it there? Miami may have finished off Washington. Redskins are 8-6. Cincinnati 37-7 over Atlanta. The Rams won in the closing moments. The Jets won. Here comes Greg Pruitt. Pruitt to the sidelines. Put inside the 30-yard line. Inside the 25-yard line. First down, Browns. Other scores today. Green Bay 17-7. They thought Minnesota was going to lose. It looked like it. Kansas City won another one. Marv Levy's done an outstanding job. But Minnesota did come from behind in the last minute and 29 seconds. So Green Bay and Minnesota still tied in the NFC Central Division. Detroit lost to St. Louis, and Bud Wilkinson, who has now won 5 and lost 9 after losing the first 8 in a row. New Orleans, for the first time in history, wins 6 ball games in a single season. 49ers having a disastrous season. First down, Browns. Greg Pruitt, oh my, nowhere to go. And down at the bottom there looks to be Niehaus. The #1 draft choice, the first man ever selected in the draft by the expansion Seattle Seahawks, playing today because Bill Sandifer has a knee. Niehaus makes the big stop. It's 2nd down and 9. Pittsburgh, remember Lynn Swann went out with ribs. We understand he's come back and is playing. Earl Campbell went to the sidelines. We understand that he is still out in this important game with the Steelers up 6-3 over Houston. Do or die game for the Oilers, who are 9-4. They'd love to be 10-4. They'd be on their way to the playoff almost for sure. Sipe over the middle, nobody there. Had to get it away under tremendous pressure. Sipe had to get it away, and it's 3rd down and long. Newsom was downfield. Rucker was downfield. Neither one has even turned to look for the ball.
Newsom was the man the Sipe was looking for, as he was running a post pattern over the middle, but he took a little bit too long and was a little bit too deliberate in his pattern. Sipe was under pressure, had to get rid of the ball or either take a sack.
The way you describe that, Paul Warfield, it seems as though that's something as a rookie he's going to learn with experience.
He'll get a feel for that as time goes by. Something that he will have to learn to do is to break into the pattern a little more sharply and to get into the pattern quickly.
From a 22-yard line, situation 3rd down and 9 to go. Sipe looking for Rucker. Looks like it's intercepted by Webster. Webster's got the football. Flag goes down. Belongs to the Seahawks, and a flag went down. At the 5. Will a penalty give them added yardage? The Seahawks have stopped them for the moment. They've exchanged interceptions. The big thing is, do they stay at the 5 or do they get some yardage on a penalty? Because that's tough territory to operate down at the 5-yard line when there's a lot of time left in the 3rd quarter, but they're moving it out. And another penalty is going to give the Seahawks the ball at the 21 instead of at the 5. That's 15 yards from the 6 to the 21.
We have a personal foul, a late hit after the intercepted number 30,
Leo
first
Miller.
down.
Leo Miller. They've had 2 personal fouls against the quarterback, and this time a late hit on the interceptor. That's a 9th penalty for 72 yards. Well, we'll come back. What a game.
Hey, see y'all down the road, Jack. If you're going to move
move your family, you can save a lot of money by renting a truck, moving yourself, and you might as well rent a real truck. A Ryder. Ryder isn't famous for renting cars, beep, beep, little trailers. Ryder's famous for trucks. Pro drivers will tell you that.
Okay, King of the Road. Just hold the lamp.
Ryder, the best truck money can rent.
3 unidentified 19-inch color TV pictures, each the best of its brand. Over 1,000 people saw them and picked the one with the best overall picture. They didn't pick America's biggest seller, Zenith, or the second biggest, RCA. Over 60% picked the 19-inch Sylvania Superset. Over 60%. We're not the biggest, but a lot of people think we've got the best picture. The Sylvania Superset.
Brian Sipe back in the pocket. He's going to be looking for Reggie Rucker, number 33, who is running a sideline pattern. I'm sorry, a turn-in pattern, but Cornell Webster gets in front of Rucker and then just takes the ball away from him. Now, Cleo Miller, number 30, comes in, and he is accused of making a late hit, which the Browns are assessed a penalty that moves the ball out to beyond the 20-yard line.
You know, that did not look to me like a vicious hit, and it looked to me as though he might have thought Webster was still returning the football and was putting him down. But no matter, it's a late hit. So say the officials from the 21-yard line, first down. David Sims, 2 touchdowns today. Fine runner. Gets out to the 27-yard line. Outstanding runner. 13 touchdowns on the year. Sellout in the Kingdome. Hope you enjoyed today's game. We have 3:50 to go in the third quarter. It's not over yet. Rory Hammerman, our producer. Barry Stoddard, our director. The Bobbsey twins from Los Angeles. What are they, around the corner from each other or something?
Yeah.
Up here doing their outstanding job. McCullum to the left, Largent to the right. Second down and 4 yards to go, and there goes Sims again. Boy, he breaks the tackles and has a first down. I do believe at the 31.5-yard line. Looks like a first down to me. Sims has proven today on that 4th down and 1 play, looking for a yard, and he went for a boodle, 19 yards and a touchdown.
Quick hitter to Sims. 56 Robert Jackson actually runs himself out of the play. They have Mike Sinclair, 74, sealed off, which opens up the hole. Then Sims uses a little bit of power on his own before he's brought down by Tom Darden and Robert Jackson.
30-17. They like to say the game is still in the hat. It is a first down. Largent in motion. Keeping the ball on the ground, and that is David Sims. Look at the moves. First to the right, then back to the left, and then back to the right before Tony Peters grabbed it. Now watch right, left, right.
Sims takes his hand off. He starts right. Watch him stop right here. Skips a step to the left, finds an opening, then darts back to the right before he's brought down. I think Robert Jackson is on the tackle again.
8 yards on the play, second down and 2. And the clock all favors the Seahawks. We're in the third quarter. Largent left. Last time they tried to throw to Largent, Darden made the interception. You would expect to run on second down 2. And you're going to get it with Sherman Smith. And Smith gets away and they have the first down. In the backfield, Dick Ambrose almost had him, but he broke the tackle and got to the 40.5-yard line. Now watch Ambrose almost pull him down.
Sherman Smith here taking the handoff. He'll be met by Dick Ambrose. That's just a missed tackle right there. It allowed Smith to keep going and get beyond the first down marker to give Seattle another first down.
Well, they're going to measure for it, Paul. They brought the sticks clear across the field to show us that it is a first down.
I knew it all the time.
Sure. At the 41.5-yard line. 1:51 to go, third quarter. There is Jim Zorn, truly a man of the hour and a man of the future in the National Football League. His statistics are impressive. And the biggest thing is when you talk around the league, I'm not talking around the cities of the league, around the league, the players and the other teams have the deepest respect for Jim Zorn.
Well, they should. He's a very fine quarterback. He has really virtually set this league on fire since coming in 3 years ago. He may even be a little bit better athlete than Fran Tarkenton.
Whoops. Fran's listening, I think, in Minnesota.
Well, sorry about that, Fran, but Facts.
Zorn going to the sidelines all by himself. Over there's McCullum. First down inside the 50-yard line at the 46-yard line. Ron Bolton put the hit on Sam McCullum, who's made a couple of catches today, but they've both been big ones. And each time Zorn has come out, shake his hand. Now he's picking up the play from Ron Howard. Again, not to repeat ourselves, Don Testament coming in. The longer the Seahawks hold on to the football, the better chance they have. They're up by less than 2 touchdowns, less than a minute to go, third quarter. One time Seattle had a 23-0 lead. Dorn back, lots of time. Oh, does he have time going for Largent down the sidelines? Largent can't get to it. With him was Oliver Davis. Davis had his eyes squarely on Largent's head. And I guess when Steve would begin to turn, then he might turn too. But Largent, who is not supposed to be fast, certainly had a step on Davis.
Had a step on Oliver Davis, but I had the sneaking suspicion or feeling that Oliver Davis would have been able to break on the ball, turn around and get it. In a foot race, I think Oliver Davis is going to win more times than he's going to lose against Steve Largent. Largent has had a great deal of success by running the finesse patterns underneath on Oliver Davis. That time he tried to pull him up and go deep on him, but didn't quite work out.
Second down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Clock is stopped at 42 seconds to go, third quarter. Play is coming from the sidelines. Both teams 7 and 6. Each team has got the season is right here for both teams. Smith in motion. And there's Billy Sims trying to get some running room, and he always does, and gets down to the 40-yard line. And it'll be third down and 3.5. Jerry Shirk is over to make the tackle, number 72.
It's the same play again, that delayed sprint out sort of draw play, and with the same kind of success with Sims running the football.
Third down, and let's call it a little bit better than 3, Paul. And I don't know whether or not they're going to get this play off. 10 seconds. I think I said Billy Sims. He's a Heisman Trophy winner. My apologies to neither man, because they're both good football players. My apologies to you for having made the mistake. Time has run out in the third quarter. The Kingdome fans come alive. It is 30-17. The Seahawks with 15 minutes to go. Get your pencil and paper. I'll give you that Olympic address in a moment, in which you can send your tax-deductible contribution. Gee, the guy doesn't know we don't have the NBC worm anymore, Paul. I thought our red and blue M is very attractive. Anyway, they're dividing up the running very well. David Sims has rushed the ball 20 times for 82 yards, and Sherman Smith has rushed the ball 15 times for 87 yards. They're nearly even. Each has done an outstanding job. Third down. And about 3.5 to go. And Zorn's going to throw for it. Zorn has had time. Flag goes down, and it may be holding. May be holding. The ball is underthrown. Aimed for Sam McCullum on the far sideline, and a flag went down. Back at the 50-yard line, and very quickly it is picked up by Joe Jones, who gives it a little whirl and hands it back to the official because he knows against whom it is. Well, here's that address again for your tax-deductible contribution. Remember the Olympic Games in Lake Placid, just about a year and a couple of months away. And in Moscow, less than 2 years away. This is the Olympic address.
Holding. Offense, number 73, Klein.
They refuse.
Fourth down.
The U.S. Olympic Games, Post Office Box 1980, T as in Tom, Cathedral Station, Boston, Massachusetts, 02118. Now, apparently, Herman Weaver will kick the ball away. Keith Wright is deep. I say apparently because the Seahawks have been known to do many things, and the Browns have already thrown on fourth down when Johnny Evans was back to punt. Weaver will kick the ball away. Kicks it high toward the sidelines. This may be a goodie. It all depends on where they get it. They can't keep it from going into the end zone. So it'll come out to the 20-yard line. And down by 13, Cleveland will try to go to work. 14:46 to go. Browns have the football, first and 10 at their own 20.
The last battery your car will ever need.
That's a well-done sign in it. 77 is Gregory, 66 is Sandifer, 68 is Boyd, 62 is Price, 53 is Butler, 58 is Beeson. 56 is Green. You can see Harris back there and Cordell Webster. Well done. First down from the 20-yard line. Greg Pruitt is across the 20 and gets out across the 25-yard line. It is second down and 4. And while we were away, Paul and I and our crew were discussing what are they going to do, throw the ball. Paul's answer, they got a lot of time, and they did not throw the ball. They gave it to Pruitt, who's well over 100 yards today.
Well, he's enjoying his best day, really, in terms of total yardage since coming back from the injury that he suffered earlier in the year. And he's the guy that they look to in their offense, although they have other men in their offense that they go to. But Pruitt is the man who can break the big play.
Greg now has 113 yards unofficially. Rucker to the left, Logan to the right. Still better than 14 minutes left. The up man, Cleo Miller, and Miller, who got caught for the late hit, picks up a first down across the 30-yard line. And the Browns get some more operating room. Tendency is among many people who follow football to say, come on, put the ball up in the air in the fourth quarter. But they have a chance to march for a football and touchdown and come back and do it again and again.
Brian side. Handoff to the other back in the backfield, who is now Cleo Miller, who's a tough runner in his own right. He sort of just slides along the line and finds daylight and picks up the tough yardage. He's a good back.
Here's where Seattle's defense wants to come to the fore. Cornell Webster's just made an outstanding play back on the 6-yard line moments ago. They want another play like that. Hold him down. But here is Wright. He's having a good day. He is out of Memphis State, as we told you, number 5 draft choice. And he's at the 44-yard line. Another first down for the Browns. They started at the 20. They moved out to the 43.
Keith Wright is a good little ball player. He has a little more speed than Dave Logan. They may want him in the ball game at this point simply because he's the man who can go for the big play along with Reggie Rucker.
Now I seem to detect, Paul, that the Kingdom crowd is getting a little restive here, wanting their defense to come on. Let's get with it. Stop them. Greg Pruitt bobbled the ball for the moment, and he may have lost any chance he had, if he had a chance. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Is down, but Pruitt bobbled the ball, and Boyd was there, along with Green, to make the stop. The flag is down. Again. And they're going to mark it off against Seattle. And it's a big one. And now the Seahawks have done something they should not have done, and that takes the ball to the 43-yard line, which will be a first down for Cleveland. This is a big penalty.
Personal foul, number 56 on the defense, a late hit. First down.
You hate to do it, you hate to hear it. That's Sammy Green. Outstanding linebacker. Second-round draft choice out of Florida. A lot of speed, good linebacker, but like a couple of Cleveland men, he has come up with a personal foul. That is Steve Niehaus, who's playing today because Sandifer has a knee problem. And Niehaus has not been too healthy in the last year or so, but it looks like he's all right there as he's walking off the field. He has had his share of injuries.
Personal foul that occurred on Seattle has moved the ball into their own territory now, in the Seattle territory. Now we're going to see if the Browns are a good enough team that they can take advantage of an error that has been made. Most good teams will take advantage of the error, turn it into a score of some form or another.
As I said, Paul, you always second guess yourself, even if you play well. If you play poorly, that's when you're really upset at losing. And the Browns want to start playing well. Seattle played much better in the first 25 minutes of the ball game than they've been able to since. The Browns have been inching their way back into the ball game. Sipe going for Rucker, who is there with a step on his man. What a play! The play's made by Keith Simpson. Got his hand up to knock it away. The rookie, the number 1 draft choice out of Memphis State. Rucker was there, and Simpson got a hand up.
Well, Sipe threw the ball very well. Rucker's looking over his shoulder. It's a difficult catch at this point. Simpson goes up. He doesn't quite hit the ball, but his hand may have distracted Reggie Rucker, and he may have lost the flight of the ball as it was coming in.
Second down from the 43-yard line. Simpson was beaten on the play, got a hand up. Sipe is 14 for 27 and 191 yards, but a few balls have been dropped on Brian Sipe today. A few have been dropped. Second down and 10. They went for the bomb. 12:21 to go. 30-17 Seattle. Greg Pruitt, he may throw. He's thrown. Goes deep. And this may be intercepted. Johnny Harris intercepts at the 25, the 30, the 40. Harris is out to the 43-yard line. Greg Pruitt put that ball into a crowd. No chance to have it completed. And And Harris had an easy interception. The ball was underthrown. A 27-yard return by John Harris, who has come up with his third interception of the year. And he made a big play defending against Cliff Branch last week and comes up with a big interception here. Still 12:07 to go. It's not over yet.
Kodak introduces Extramax, the ultimate can-do camera.
The new Kodak Extramax camera. Its fast lens and 400-speed film can take pictures without a flash. In light as low as this, and even this. And when there's no light, the Extramax camera has a built-in electronic flash. Extramax, the ultimate can-do camera from Kodak.
What a party.
Party?
Oh, Mr. Baker and his faithful companion, Fang.
Who is it?
It's me, Mobile, your detergent gasoline. I mean, I deserve a party. While you're up there making dough, I'm down here, ready to keep your carburetor clean to help your car run great. Now, I tell you, I don't get no respect.
But I bet you're great at parties.
Yeah, I'm a gas.
Mobile, your detergent gasoline.
There's my husband.
Sally Struthers, searching for her husband in post-war Vietnam, finds a love she never intended. My Husband is Missing, Tuesday on NBC.
Well, here's one that Greg Pruitt would like to have back. Throwing it sort of a little bit in a hurry. Doesn't quite get enough body and arm underneath it. The ball is turning over in the air like a dying quail. And John Harris comes over to intercept the dying quail and makes a pretty fancy return of it himself. Browns moving the ball, stopped again. Seattle has the ball.
Harris is another rookie in that defensive lineup out of Arizona State. Remember, Keith Simpson is a #1 draft choice. Harris is a #7 draft choice. Zorn comes out throwing and goes down the sidelines for Sherman Smith. First down, 30-yard line. Zorn just keeps cranking up and throwing the football. Outstanding offensive team.
Well, they sent Sam McCollum deep, and then they sent Sherman Smith out of the backfield. He gets behind number 86, Gerald Irons, who's on the chase there, but number 47 has the ball out in the open. And he's brought down by Oliver Davis.
27-yard gain, and as we were saying that Cleveland wanted to climb back into the ball game, here is a chance now for Seattle to shut the Browns down. Big score here. It'd be awfully difficult to come back. 11 minutes, 20 seconds to go. A field goal would do them a lot of good. Sims carries the football, and David gets just inside the 30-yard line. In that right now, 14 points would make it 31-30 should the Browns get him. But a field goal, and they've got to score 3 times to win this football game.
You know, Jim, the thing that I really like about the Seattle Football Club is they don't sit on a lead. They don't go back and play it conservative. They're always going after you. And they make the big things and they make the big plays happen. And that's one of the reasons why they're out in front in this ball game.
Zorn is 14 for 22 today, 212 yards for a touchdown pass for Largent. Up 27 yards, second down and 10 to go. Zorn is throwing again, has time again, and there's that man again, Largent, wrestled down by Bolton. Largent having an outstanding day. That is his 7th catch today, his 64th of the season. 64 catches.
Well, there's no small reason why he's leading the league. This club puts the ball up a lot, and they've got a fine young pass receiver in Steve Largent, and they've just got a good combination between Zorn and Largent. They work well together, and they make the completions.
103 yards now for Largent on his 7 catches. Third down and about a yard to go. 10 minutes to go. Lose this ball game and the season is over as far as the playoff is concerned. Win it and you've got a chance. And the Seahawks want to have that chance. They've beaten Oakland twice, but been beaten by Denver twice. Straight ahead, and I don't know whether or not he got the first down. Charlie Hall made the hit. It's very close to the first down. Looks as though he should have it, but when they unpile a group of folks like that, you never know. David Sims gets up, and it all depends on where the officials say. Here's Steve Largent. And Herrera is coming in, as he did not make it. Now to show you, at 30-17, 14 points by the Browns, and it's 31-30. As we said before, you get a field goal here, and they've got to score 3 times. So it'll make it awfully difficult for Fred Herrera, who won it with 3 seconds to go with a 46-yarder last week, can hit on a 37-yarder right here. This is a bigger play than what many people may realize. From 37 yards out, Herrera is good. Big play. That nudges it up to 33-17 with 9 minutes and 22 seconds left.
My radio? Okay. Where is it? Right here. But where's the radio? The radio's inside, see? Here's how you turn it on. It runs on a battery. He's cute and soft, too. Yeah.
9-volt battery not included. Petable portable radios. There's a brown spaniel, white terrier, black poodle, Pekingese, raccoon, and country mouse. Each radio animal sold separately at Radio Shack.
40 years ago, these 4-wheel drive Dodge trucks helped America do a really tough job. This year, the Dodge 4-wheel drive Power Wagons will do more tough jobs than ever with standard full-time 4-wheel drive that costs extra on Ford and Chevy. And the W150 has the lowest price of any short wheelbase 4-wheel drive pickup built in America. Dodge Power Wagons doing America's toughest jobs for more than 40 years.
Dodge is into trucking, like America's into jeans.
Hey, that's my Dodge.
Bowling's top men and women pros go head-to-head in the prestigious $100,000 AMF Grand Prix of Bowling. Live from Reno, Nevada, next Saturday on NBC.
Mark Roth, they mean anything to you? Virginia Norton, they mean anything to you? They should. They're the men's and women's top bowlers of the year. They'll be out in Reno, Nevada next Saturday afternoon here on NBC, and I'll be there, and it is a $100,000 event. We hope you'll join us right after Baltimore plays Pittsburgh. 9:22 to go. Herrera to kick off. The Browns in real trouble now. Their whole 1978 season sitting right there in front of them. They've got to score quick, and get a lot of scores, or they will be 7-7. Wright will not bring it out of the end zone. A little upset with himself, but it'll come out to the 20. And Seattle would be 8-6 and still in the game. Now, should Seattle win this ball game, Denver and Oakland are 8-5 and play each other tonight. Seattle would go into a flat-out tie with one or the other. But of course, Denver has beaten Seattle twice, and Seattle has beaten Oakland twice. So what they figure must happen, Denver's got to win 2 if Seattle's to win the division. Oakland has to win 1, lose 1, and Denver win a couple, lose a couple. I don't know. Let's let some professor describe it after. We'll all know when the 16-game season is over. Sipe trying to keep the Browns in it. Rucker down the sideline, double covered. Almost another great catch. Keith Simpson was all over him, and Rucker made a sliding try at the 45-yard line.
Probably got a knee burn there on the synthetic surface, but the pass was a little bit underthrown. Rucker ran an excellent pattern, an out-and-go pattern. Got upfield on the defender. Ball thrown just a little bit under him. He couldn't quite make the catch, but if it had been out there a little bit, may have had it for a big gainer.
2nd down and 10, and Brian Sipe on many occasions here today has come out throwing on 1st down. Jim Zorn has done that, but you kind of expect that out of the Seattle offense. Brian Sipe has done a lot of that. There's Jim Zorn along the sidelines. Outstanding young man, only 25 years old, went to that tremendous football school, California Poly at Pomona. But the Dallas Cowboys thought enough of him to take him to training camp before he wound up here. Look out, he gets the ball away. That's that fake to one side, then the other, and Newsome is thrown for a loss. Faked one way, went to the other. Autry Beeman makes the stop of Ozzie Newsome. Loss on the play, 3rd down and 14.
Well, not much of anything is working now. Brian Sipe fakes the screen to the other side. Beeman is, comes in on Ozzie Newsome right here and makes a fine tackle. No gain.
Bill Gregory was causing a lot of Cleveland fans heart failure, including Brian Sipe. He was all over Brian. Big number 77. Well, with 8:25 to go, you would have to think on 3rd down and long, time is running out on the Browns. They've got to hold on to the football, because once the Seahawks get it, they've demonstrated they can hang on to it and score. 3rd down, flag down, Sipe Throws, and it's almost caught. Not caught. Almost caught by Rucker, who has a lot of almost today. But remember, a flag is down. A head linesman is coming in. Somebody might have been offside. They're walking up, and it's going to give them a reprieve for a moment as they bring the ball up to the 21-yard line. And we'll hear what happened.
Offside. Defense, number 62, third down.
Seattle, 7th penalty today. Third down and 9. They get another shot. Sight. Hit. That may be a fumble. Gregory falls on it. Belongs to Seattle. Bill Gregory, who almost had him before, makes the play. First and goal to go, Seattle. 8:01 to go, and the Seahawks may be partnered. They figure they've got it.
The big play was made by the left defensive end, Ernie Price, number 62, as Brian Side was looking for Reggie Rucker. Here's Price coming around his blocker, Barry Darrell. He makes the hit on Brian Side, causing the fumble for number 77, Bill Gregory, to fall on it.
They'll mark the ball at the 9-yard line. Seahawks win today, will tie a third-year expansion record of 8 wins. Seahawks win today, still in the running for the playoffs. They made believers out of Oakland. They beat them twice this year. The first team to do that in 13 years. And they're manhandling the Browns today. First and goal to go from the 9. Zorn. He'll throw on first down. He usually does. Now he's going to hang on to it and race inside the 10 for maybe a yard or two. Second down and goal to go. 7:55 left.
Jim Zorn has only been under pressure a couple of times all day long. He's had a lot of time back there, and he's made the most of the time that the Browns have given him. He's hit a lot of different pass receivers today.
Seahawks came out firing Paul Warfield, and the Browns came out, frankly, very, very flat. They've tried to climb back into the ball game since the last 4 minutes of the first half. But penalties and mistakes and good play by Seattle has thwarted them. Second down. Sherman Smith in motion. Zorn hands to David Sims. Sims right up the middle. Touchdown. Third of the day. 14th of the year. That's it, folks. Touchdown of the day, 14th of the year.
David Sims having a great day. Well, this play has worked all day long. Why not one more time? Delayed draw right up the middle. David Sims, good blocking. Look at the blocking up there. Big hole before David Sims is met as he crosses the line by Tom Darden and Oliver Davis.
Harari in to add the extra point. Points scored against Cleveland all year, 34 by Pittsburgh, and now it is 40 for Seattle, the highest point total of the year against the Browns.
Kathy, what are you doing in the dark?
Waiting for Santa.
Ho, ho, ho.
I wonder what he'll bring me.
Well, have you been a good little girl?
Person. Good little person.
Hey, person. Merry Christmas.
Make a dream come true this Christmas from Christmas Dreams Diamond Collection 79.
Life is for living, and Visa is there.
Antique treasures, touring pleasures, bright fabric by the yard, magic castles, Moorish castles, teasing the guard. Camp wagons, fierce dragons, aloha or goodbye, fettuccine, sukiyaki, ice cream and apple pie, Spanish dancers, Arctic prancers, your own place in the sun.
Visa is the most widely recognized card in the world. Visa, we're keeping up with you.
Tim Simpson, Paul Warfield, Larry Collins near side, Keith Wright the far side. We'll repeat again. The Pittsburgh Steelers rolled up 34 points in a 34-14 ball game But the Browns have now given up 40 points. That's more points than they've given up all year long in a single game. And after their amazing win over the #1 defensive team in the league, the Rams, last week, they've come up and Seattle has really put it to them. And the Browns have not helped themselves on plays such as that. Picked up by Larry Collins. Maybe he can turn it into something. Collins in trouble. Excellent coverage. He won't go far. Down he goes, and a flag goes down at the 34-yard line. Flag down at the 34. Well, Paul, you're going to go back with the team tonight because you leave in the Cleveland area, and I'm sure it's going to be a disappointing flight and a disappointing week for the Browns and their fans.
It has to be a disappointing week. Browns still had an outside chance to make it to the playoffs. One would think that they would have responded to this ball game with great play today, but they haven't. They have played less than enthusiastic football here today, and frankly, Seattle has been the team that has taken charge and has really played well.
Well, here's yet another penalty being stepped off. 10 yards back to the 19-yard line.
Holding on the run back by number 57, 10-yard penalty.
Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
You're watching the Seahawks on KING TV, Seattle.
Well, it may be that Steve Meyer will come on to play the last few moments of the game, and Zorn is through. Pruitt carries the football, not for much. That is Boyd, who has his hands around his feet, and you see Beeson getting up top. But it's Boyd, 68, that made the stop. 7:24 to go. Outstanding day for Zorn. Outstanding day for Largent. Outstanding day for Sims. Outstanding day for Smith. The Seattle offense today has been just outstanding, and the defense has done its job. They've held them to 17 points, including a remarkable interception on a big play that might have been the turning point of the game when Webster made an interception. Rucker this time has the football at the 33-yard line. Beeson does not like the fact that the man got away from him, but it's a first down at the 33, but they're less than 7 minutes to go. New England final. Dallas has won it 17-10, and so Dallas now has a 2-game lead over Philadelphia and Washington. Pittsburgh now out in front of Houston 13-3. Looks like they're going to win their division in a breeze. They would be 12-2 after today. Sight. Ball is thrown off the hand of Ozzie Newsome. Newsome, outstanding young rookie. So Dallas has got a big bulge in the Eastern Division now with 2 games to go. They've got a 2-game lead. Here at Kingdome in Seattle, the score is 40-17, of course, and immediately following NBC's football coverage, the wonderful world of Dizzy and Bob Hope salutes the Ohio Jubilee, plus Centennial. Will be seen over many of these stations, except for most Mountain and Pacific time zone stations, where they'll be seen at their regular times. We're running a little long, and I guess the game has been too long for the Browns, and the Seahawks, they love it. 2nd down and 10. Sight. Going for Logan. Logan makes the catch at midfield. Down he goes. Another first down for the Cleveland Browns. Getting things cranked up here, but they are down by 23 points with 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Disney, remember to follow, except in the Mountain and Pacific time zone stations. A lot of teams creeping ever so close and closer to a playoff spot. Sight back. There's Greg Pruitt trying to get around and almost gets through a phalanx of men down to the 41-yard line. Beeson was the man who put him down, and it's 2nd down and 1. After today, New England will be 10-4. Miami is 9-5, so there's only a 1-game lead there in the AFC East, and they play each other in the Orange Bowl on the final game of the season on the 18th. Pruitt goes straight. Hold it. That's Miller straight ahead. Miller gets out to the 25-yard line. A tackle made on him by Keith Simpson. First down from there, but the clock continues to run down. So New England and Miami are still battling it out. And remember, the New York Jets won today, so they are 8-6. Would be the same as Seattle. They're tied for one of the 2 playoff berths. Sight. Oh, does he have time? Loops it for Keith Wright. Wright down at the 5-yard line is knocked down there. It is 1st and goal to go.
Well, the Browns need a quick touchdown here, but it's a little bit, well, too little too late. Brian Seip all day back here in the pocket. Loves this, and he lost the pass over the hands of Autry Beeman. Keith Wright makes a nice shoestring catch.
Well, and looking ahead to next season, and next week for that matter, Browns must be happy with Keith Wright. Here's Seip trying to get it to Calvin Hill, and cannot. Covered by the linebacker there on the play, Keith Butler. But Keith Wright done an outstanding job today, not only returning kickoffs, the few he's had a chance to return, but also catching the football. Wide receiver of the future for the Browns. I wonder what the odds are, Paul. I wonder what the odds are on a third-year expansion team not only making it to the playoffs as a wild card, but then going all the way. And
it truly would be a Cinderella team.
Well, don't you think the Seattle folks aren't thinking of that possibility? Looping it for Logan. Logan makes the catch. Touchdown. Logan gets him on the scoreboard. 5-yard touchdown pass by Dave Logan with 4:24 to go.
Logan makes his second touchdown pass today. Seip just lost the ball up. Logan again 6'4". The man defending against him can't be much more than 6 foot even. And it's a mismatch, and Logan comes up with the catch for the touchdown. Kerry Austin was the defender. Kerry Justin, rather.
Who's Kerry Austin?
Steve Austin's younger brother.
Don Cockcroft in to kick the ball, and I would assume that he's also in to try an onside kick once this is good or not good. 4:24 to go. They need a lot of points, and it is good. And they add 7 points, and the score is now 40-24 in favor of Seattle. 40-24. Well, you will not see the Sperry NFL report today because of the lateness of this game. We're well past our time. So here are the finals. Miami 16, Washington nothing. Redskins may be out of the playoffs. Cincinnati wins at second, 37-7. Atlanta may be out of the playoffs. Los Angeles, they have clinched the playoff berth by beating the Giants 20-17. Baltimore, of course, they're out of it. The Jets are still in it. They're now 8-6, even without Richard Todd, who's on the injured reserve for the rest of the year. Green Bay 17-7 over Tampa Bay. More about that in a moment. Buffalo lost to Kansas City. The Chiefs under Marv Levy, very tough. They shut out San Diego in one of their games, remember. Philadelphia beaten in the last moments by Minnesota, and so now Minnesota and Green Bay are tied at 8-5-1, and Minnesota owns 2 wins over Green Bay this year. St. Louis won its 5th game, knocking off Monty Clark's Detroit team. That's the final. And New England, 10-3, they had the lead, third quarter, and lost 17-10. And Pittsburgh is leading Houston 13-3. Here's your onside kick. Flag goes down. Battle for the football at the 44-yard line. And somebody may have been offside, trying to get to the football in a hurry. Flag is picked up. Now it is thrown again. They picked it up and dropped it again. This is the final. Pittsburgh has beaten Houston 13-3. Now let's see what happened. This is Don Wedge, our referee.
We had offsides on the kicking team, declined. The short free kick recovered. First down for the receivers.
Now Pittsburgh is 12-2. Houston is 9-5, which means they are better than what Seattle is at 8-6, or what the loser of the Denver-Oakland game will be. Miami is 9-5, so it's still wide open. It's only an outside chance. Al Hunter trying to pick up some yardage. It's an outside chance, and it means what's going to happen in the rest of the games. It determines whether or not Seattle can make it to the playoffs, because Houston at 9-5 is in a better shot, and whoever loses Oakland or Denver tonight will be in a better shot. And of course, if Oakland should lose, Seattle's already beaten them twice. And Miami is very much in it, and so is New England, depending on who wins and loses there. So it's just an outside chance for the Seattle Seahawks. Myers is now the quarterback. We told you he was going to come in. And Myers comes out throwing. Second down, fires the football. Catch made inside a 35-yard line. Tony Peters makes the hit on Steve Rabel. And they may move the sticks. That's a first down inside the 35-yard line. 3:20 to go. 40-24 the score. When you get in a situation where a Miami or a New England or a Houston or an Oakland or Denver can beat you out for the wild card spot, you don't pay any attention to that stuff, I'd imagine, Paul. You figure we win them all and see what happens.
That's right. And if Seattle can win all of their ball games, Oakland and Denver are going to play later this evening. Oakland must play Miami later on in the year.
Next week.
In Miami.
But there's Houston lurking in there too, remember. There's Al Hunter trying to get some kind of running room. Houston next week gets New Orleans at New Orleans, and New Orleans has been proving tough. They won the 6th game of the year today, and Archie Manning's having an outstanding season. So anything can happen. I guess it's best just to wait till the final game is over, and we say that's it. These are the teams that go. Remember, there is an extra wild card team this year, 2 from each conference, and the first of the wild card team playoffs will be on Christmas Eve, the 24th of December. 40-24 Seattle. They had a 23-0 lead. They've been outscored since, but they've got enough. There's Don Testerman trying to get a few yards. Wiggles his way inside the 30. It'll be 3rd down and long. We're going to wind down to the 2-minute mark. And it obviously looks as though that the Browns are going to take the long flight home at 7-7 on the year, and Seattle's going to go home to their suburbs or wherever they live in Seattle with an 8-6 record. For it's Seattle 40, Cleveland 24 with 2 minutes to go.
It's a big, shiny machine. Dodge makes it. One of 28 pickup truck models for 1979, including roomy club cabs, even roomier crew cabs, and 4-wheel drive power wagons that have an urge to play. Dodge makes pickups that help build houses and carry houses, and sometimes Dodge makes the day.
Dodge is into trucking, like America's into jeans. That's my Dodge.
And that's my Dodge. I was a secret money worrier until Connecticut General showed me how to reach financial independence in my lifetime. CG certainly came through for me.
My successful business became more successful after Connecticut General helped me work out a cash flow strategy. CG sure came through for me.
Call us. We'll come through for you, too.
Well, strange as it may seem, or as hard as it is to take for Cleveland Brown fans, the Browns figured that if they had just scored 17 points in all their ball games, they would only lost 3 games all year. Then they, with that in mind, they come in here and give up 40 points to Seattle. Meanwhile, the Seahawks under Jack Patera, Sam Rutigliano is despondent, have reacted well. It has always been an outstanding offensive team, but under Jim Zorn, his wide receivers and his backs, he has built an offense that is to be respected. And I'll say the cliche for one more time: if you don't believe me, if you don't believe what you see, ask the Oakland Raiders.
Well, the thing about the Seattle team that's impressive in today's performance, they've done what is expected of them offensively. They've scored points, and they've scored them all year long. But defensively, they've shut down an offensive team that's been pretty hot in the National Football League for the last 2 weeks. And so defensively, Seattle must be coming along, too. And last week, they held Oakland to less than 20 points.
Cleveland, 3 weeks ago, beat Baltimore with 45 points. Last week, beat the Rams with 30 points. Today, the different story. Meyer puts the ball up, has his receiver across the way, and there's Mr. Steve Largent again. That is his 8th catch of the day. He had 113 yards before that catch. I guess, well, he'll go out of the ball game. I don't know how seriously he's hurt. It doesn't look like it's that serious, but I'm not Steve Largent, so I don't know. But he goes out with 55 catches on the year. And remember, things don't get that easy for Seattle, because San Diego, which beat them 24-20 in the opening game, is waiting for the Seahawks down there next week.
It's kind of too bad that Steve Largent got bumped right there, but it looks like he's starting to walk a little bit better now. Really, at this stage of the game, there's no need for a receiver of his caliber to be in the ball game.
4th down and a couple of yards. 1:08 to go. They'll give it to Don Testerman. Testerman's got the first down. Testerman fights his way inside the 15 as the flag goes down. Robert L. Jackson makes the stop. A flag down. And I always look at Turkey Joe Jones, number 64, because he'll tell you which way it's going. He leads the march back toward the other way.
Well, he called it right on the money there. The official was going the other way. So the Turkey knew. Turkey probably could qualify to be a lawyer out there on the field.
Ball on the 33.
Holding. Offense. 7. 4th down.
David Sims, 3 touchdowns today. 14 on the season. Has led the team with Jim Zorn firing the ball to many different receivers, 8 times to Largent. But he's hit McCullum on 2 big plays. He's hit Rabel. He has hit Sawyer, the tight end, across the middle. And on tight end screens, it's been an offense. It's been a good one. Sherman Smith has ran well today. The Browns gave 17 game balls away last week after they beat the Rams. Seattle might be doing the same today, giving away a ton of game balls. Myers here looking around. Largent is still in and out of the hands of Charlie Hall. 54 seconds to go. That's right. Last week when Cleveland beat the Rams by the score of 30-19, they gave away 17 game balls, the most they ever gave away in 33 years. Well, today Seattle might nearly have that many to give balls to themselves on offense and defense.
You can really pick them because the Seahawks have played like a team that is trying to win the last 3 ball games of the season to help out their own chances of possibly making it into the playoffs. The Browns have not nearly played to their potential today.
Browns come home against the Jets and then wind up with Cincinnati. Cincinnati won today, but may have lost Ken Anderson for the season with a broken jaw. That's unconfirmed. Miller is in as the quarterback, intercepted by Keith Simpson. He has got a clear shot. We'll see you later. If you wanted a demonstration of how the Browns have played and what has happened today, you can take that play, the 37-yard return, and the defeat is final, conclusive, depressing, and devastating.
Mark Miller never saw him. Keith Simpson will knife right in front of the intended receiver, Calvin Hill. Now he's got open spaces, nobody there to get him. All the way 37 yards for the touchdown. Insult to injury to the Browns. It's been a rough day. It'll be a long flight for the Browns and me back to Cleveland.
Want to change your mind? Here's Herrera.
Might do that, Jim. Might stay over with you.
43 seconds to go, and can you believe it was 47-24. Seattle has devastated the Cleveland Browns.
I want you to meet my new business partner. He's a management genius, a whiz with figures, and he doesn't cost me much. Here he is. Not him. Sperry Univac's BC7 computer. What I really like about BC is he speaks and understands English, so we don't need a professional programmer. Inventory, please. It only took us a few days to get to know each other, and now he gives me any fact I need in seconds. Inventory or payroll, order entry, anything. He doesn't need a big office or special air conditioning. He even has his own health plan. If BC doesn't feel good, I just call these guys, Sperry Univac. What a partner. He's teaching me more about my business than I ever knew before. Hey, partner, how do you like your coffee? With or without?
Sperry, making machines do more so man can do more.
Jim Simpson, along with Paul Warfield, Keith Simpson, #1 draft choice. First interception as a pro, 37-yard touchdown. He won't find it that easy, but what a way to break in as an interceptor in the National Football League. Herrera will kick the ball off along the ground. The most points scored all year against the Browns. The most points scored all year by Seattle. 37 seconds to go. Executive producer of NBC's NFL Football is Don Omeyer. Telecast of today's game has been produced by Roy Hammerman, directed by Barry Stoddard, associate director Bob Bohachak. Our unit manager is Mike Pearson. And Lynn Kurth is our technical supervisor. We thank them all. Outstanding job of coverage, outstanding play by Seattle, and the Browns, well, had a tough day. Ball is knocked down by number 59, McShane, reserve linebacker. 29 seconds to go. 47-24. At one time, it was 23-0.
Well, Mark Miller's in there now, and it's a very difficult situation to try to complete a pass in. Seattle is virtually playing a prevent type of pass defense, you're going to find a lot of linebackers along with defensive backs just hanging loose and playing the ball in the secondary. Kind of tough to throw under these circumstances.
Well, as I said, Paul, I can't speak for the Cleveland Browns. It's tough to lose the ball game when you think you got a chance for the playoffs, but to play this way and lose really devastates you because they're never really in the football game. That is Collins carrying the football. They had a shot there to draw within 10, but then the interception came by Webster, and that took it away from them.
That's the disturbing thing about today's performance by the Browns. When they had an opportunity to get back into the ball game, they never really grasped at it, and they never really made a run at the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle, on the other hand, took advantage of all their opportunities and put the points on the board, and you could plainly tell that the guys in the blue jerseys out there today were a hungry football team.
First down, 22 seconds to go. Browns will wind up 7-7 out of the playoff picture. Seattle will wind up 8-6 with an outside chance for the playoff picture. This is Larry Collins turning in a good run, but he cuts back inside, and that will keep the clock running as he gets inside the 25-yard line. The clock is running, and apparently now they stop it with 9 seconds to go. It might be that Mark Miller wants to get one more shot, one more play in his quarterback. He's had very little chance this year. He's only thrown the ball 15 times, completed 7. Well, here in Seattle, where they've had their 5th consecutive sellout, they can now sit on pins and needles and wait for what's coming up next week. They got to go down against San Diego. And then Kansas City is here, and they are sold out for that one. They will have had 97% of their Kingdome capacity once they've completed their home season. And remember, Kansas City today had a win, and Kansas City, even though 4-10, Paul and I've seen Kansas City. They handed Cincinnati their first loss of the season, but they played outstanding football. They can be tough defensively. They control the football. So a long season for everybody. You just got to keep winning. Miller trying to hold his feet. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2. Ball game is over, except for this play. In the end of the end zone, is out of the end zone, and that's the way the game ends. Seattle has risen to the occasion beautifully, 47-24. I'm Jim Simpson with Paul Warfield. Stay tuned. Immediately following these messages, we'll join the wonderful world of Disney, and then Bob Hope salutes the Ohio Jubilee plus Centennial over most of these stations except for the Pacific and Mountain Time stations, where the programs will be seen at their regular times.
Cindy Williams and Ross Hunter suddenly love a bittersweet drama she was born to play, Monday on NBC.
Bravo! Western Airlines, the only way to fly.
Are you safe and snug there in your bed? Are you really protected in the dead of night against fire? Could you lead your family through smoke, darkness, fear, and confusion? Get the Wells Fargo Fire and Smoke Detector with automatic safety light. It will help you lead your family to safety. In the dead of night, a Wells Fargo detector could make a very big difference.
Excuse me, isn't that a Cadbury? I've never tried one. You mind if I have a juicy piece?
Well,
I'll just take a little bit.
It was for my wife and me.
Oh, she'll love it. You know, you can get carried away with this stuff.
Yes, I've noticed that.
Oh, come on, it's a big bar.
It's getting small.
Flushing, New York, the Jets against the Colts. Nostalgia, the order of the day. Weeb Eubank back with his upset Super Bowl.